Hey guys, it's Tuesday the 18th, the Tuesday just after the first PRL. We managed to get up to Orion. Very good weekend, and I thought I'd come out this morning and put some little things to bed. I had a bit of a mare. The first zero check we had at Orion on the Saturday morning, 100 metres, you get 5 rounds to check your zero. You're only allowed 5, so you need to make it count. First 2 rounds, I turned up with a dirty bore. Hadn't been cleaned for probably 50 or 60 rounds, so I turned up. It was good conditioned. It was definitely fouled up, ready to go, as I like to turn up to a match. First 2 rounds went just slightly off the centre dot by about 0.2 to the left. So what I did was adjusted the windage, 0.2 to the right. Sent 2 shots and they both landed on top of each other, 0.5 to the right. So I was a bit messed with my mojo, that did. So I took those 2 clicks back off again, bang, straight duck in centre dot. If I'm honest, I think it was just me settling in. I was on a bit of uncomfortable gravel. It's probably just my rifle jumping around and user error, to be honest. But didn't make me start the day with much confidence, if I'm honest. But as soon as the first stage went, cleared the first stage bar 1, and I was reassured after that it was absolutely fine. So today I'm going to go out. I'm just going to turn the camera around for you now. Actually, no I can't. No I can't. So I'm going to bring this down so you guys can see it here. What I'm going to do, what that actually says, because it's probably backwards, is I'm going to do a 5-shot group on this one, and it says straight after comp at 100, no adjustments from what I was doing at the comp. So I'm going to put the turret on 0. I'm going to leave the windage where it was. Then I'm going to analyse that, see how that is. Then I'm going to go back home, full scrub and clean the rifle. And this is just for knowledge, really, to get a very good conclusion of what the rifle's doing, how it behaves after a full scrub and a clean. Normally it takes 5 or 6 shots to settle in after a clean and a scrub, as you probably know. And then I'm going to do another 5, which take it up to 10 shots after a shot and a clean, after a full scrub and clean, and hopefully bring the accuracy back down after it's clean. So let's see how we get on, shall we? Right, and check the turrets are back on what we were zeroed for the day, which is there, and we were 2 clicks. That hasn't moved. Alright then, send the first one. This barreled action now has had, I tallied it up this morning, and surprisingly we are on 1,876 rounds of Creedmoor. Bit of wind today, left to right and from behind. Well, I can't complain with that first one. That's in the centre of circle. There's that one. Oh, just out. That takes it to about 3/4 inch group, I think. Through the second hole. Always check your cant. Here we are, guys, let's go and have a look. Right then, I'm fairly chuffed with that actually. To be fair, that was number 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, pulled it slightly out. 4th shot went through number 2 hole, and then number 5 shot there. So yeah, pretty darn chuffed with that. That's probably my thumb is exactly 1 inch wide when he's on paper. So we're probably looking at about, if I was to disregard that one, even including it actually, it's way under 1 inch. But if I was to disregard that one, we're probably looking at half MOA with 1, 2 and 3 and 4, sorry. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. That'll do. That reassured me the rifle was 0 from the weekend. Must have just had a bit of a mare testing the first 5 rounds on 0 at Orion. But goes to show, take confidence in testing your rifle at home. Do it a lot, and gather a lot of data. Do it at different times as well, different evenings, different mornings, different conditions. You guys that know me know I get out a lot and play a lot. I like to analyse, hence what I'm doing here, and seeing what the rifle does after different environments and different conditions. I had a hard life at the weekend, and that's what it's doing straight away. I literally haven't touched the rifle since I pulled it out of the van, so that's what we got now. I'm going to go home, give it a full scrub with a copper brush, well, bronze brush, sorry. Fully give it a copper clean, not a copper, sorry. Fully give it a scrub, get a lot of the carbon out. I'm not too worried about any excess copper, well, not any amount of copper to come out, as long as it's fully scrubbed, nice and clean. With all the carbon out, I'm quite chuffed with that. I did bore scope it about 300 rounds ago, and it was looking very clean. That's mainly what I seem to do, really. Get 200 or 300 rounds down it, give it a clean, give it a scrub, get all the carbon out. I'm not too worried about cleaning it every time I put it back in the cabinet. What I like to do before a competition is I'll give it a full scrub the week before. I'll go out 50-60 rounds, do a bit of training, confirm 0 and at different times as well. Don't go out just on one day and do it. Go out one day, send 10 or 15 rounds. Go out another day, send another 10. Different times of the day, different temperatures if you can. And then I'll go to a comp with a dirty barrel with, say, having 50 rounds down it, so it's fully conditioned with the environment it's going to be shooting, or the condition it's going to be shooting in on the day. I don't like to change anything or turn up with a fully clean barrel or anything like that. So it's nice to do, and it gives you reassurance. Apart from my 0 on Orion, that did mess in my head a little bit, but got to move on. This is reassured it's absolutely fine still, and it's going to be interesting to see when it does go. You do hear rumours and when people having opinions that Creedmoor's only good for 1600. Well, we're on nearly 1900 now of very hard use. Bore scoped it, bore's not looking too bad, got 1 inch or 2 of fire cracking, but you know what they say, don't use a bore scope. It started to get you worried for no reason. It shot absolutely blinding at the weekend, still shooting fairly blinding now. For a factory barrel, it's not a single hole, gun, but you don't need a single hole gun. A lot of you that have already participated in the PRL know if you've got a gun that shoots 1 inch, you're absolutely laughing. Don't worry about it. Don't try and chase the groups and try to get perfection. As you can see by that, it's not perfection. You can have a single hole accuracy gun that is 1/4 MOA all day long at 100 meters, but you'll take it to a range and do some positional shooting. Doesn't really help you. So just have faith that you don't need the most perfect accuracy out of your gun to do well. Right, let's get home and scrub it, and I'll bring you the results in the next video. Cheers, guys. Here we are, guys. Welcome back to the very messy, disorganised reloading room. Here's my matchbook of, since I've had this Bergara, I've kept track of pretty much every outing I've done. I've gone back through and documented when I went out, how many rounds I went out and did, and what I was playing with, whether it was load dev, different rounds, different bullet combos, powders, and different bits and bobs. And conclusion after, well, tally up after Orion was the 5 we've just done in the field, 1,883. So it's nice to gather information like this. You can keep a track of it, and it'll give you a good idea of how your rifle's behaving, trends that it gets with how it behaves when you clean it, when you don't, what you do after a comp. It's just nice to document it, really. And then with your next one, when you pick up another one, when this one's burnt out, I'll know exactly how many rounds I've done or how many rounds it's going to do. And it's just nice to do. Fully stocked up here from the match. I picked these up from TIFF, the Precision Rifle League this weekend. Massively stocked up now, so this should do me for the rest of the barrel life of this Bergara. So what we're going to do, give this rifle a full clean and then go back out in the field and give it another 5 rounds after it's full clean. I was going to bronze brush it, but I've looked back at my notes and I bronze brushed it about 150 rounds ago. So seeing as though how it's performing now, I'm not going to bronze brush it. I'm just going to leave it for another 150 to 200. I'm going to try and stop using this one just for a day or two to try and give it a good chance of surviving a couple more rounds of the PRL before we need to get another barreled action or stick another Bergara barrel on it. So what I'm going to do is just give it some butcher's boreshine and some patches, get a little bit of the carbon out with the patches, dry patch it up, 1 patch of oil, dry patch after that. I don't like excessive oil staining the barrel, so normally a dry patch after that, and then we'll go back out and do the 5 shots. Cheers, guys.